The repeal of West Virginia's state income tax still a possibility after passing through the Senate. That's where we begin tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rich Pierce. It was a close vote, but the amended bill is on the move, and one local senator says he's not happy about it. News 9's Jamie Baker has more.
Wednesday night, the West Virginia State Senate narrowly passed the state's income tax bill. House Bill 3300 would eventually phase out the state's income tax. The Senate voted 18-16 in favor of it, with 5 Republicans voting against the amended plan. Democrat Bill Ehlenfeld also voted no. He says he felt ambushed by the plan and didn't feel he had enough time to fully digest everything in it.
We were learning as we went through the process, and I ultimately voted against it. And some of my concerns with regard to this new way of taxing in West Virginia include the fact that we'll have the highest sales tax in the nation.
The new amendment would phase out the personal income tax over a few years, but it would increase things like taxes on tobacco products, downloads, and professional services. The sales tax would also jump to 8%, which Ehlenfeld says is a major concern for a place like the Northern Panhandle.
This is a good bill for the state of Ohio, for Belmont County and Jefferson County. I've had professional firms tell me that they plan, now they plan to go over the Steubenville.
Governor Jim Justice has pushed to eliminate the state income tax in the hopes of bringing more people back to the state. He issued a statement Thursday praising the Senate for advancing the bill, which now heads to the House of Delegates. Justice in part saying, "I truly believe that as we share with them the undeniable benefits of our plan, it will become clear that the repeal of the personal income tax will make life better for all West Virginians. I continue to encourage the House to be open-minded and to stop scaring people by distorting the impact of small tax increases while leaving out the large magnitude of the tax deductions and the rebate checks that are also part of the plan." And again, that bill will now move to the House of Delegates. In Ohio County, I'm Jamie Baker for News 9.
A developing story now. A contract security guard working in Brooke County schools has been arrested on a sex-related charge. Brooke County Sheriff Rich Beatty said it is early in this investigation, and he does plan to release the full details as that investigation progresses. The guard is being taken to the Northern Regional Jail tonight on $100,000 bond.
I think that this is a very serious problem in the state of Ohio and possibly in the country.
Fraudulent unemployment claims. They're a big issue in the state of Ohio. News 9's Kate Davison is joining us live now in Belmont County with more. Kate.
Jason Wilson of Wilson Furniture Store and Wilson Funeral Home says he's now received 3 fraudulent unemployment claims with the state of Ohio. The most recent one, he says that person has never worked at any of his businesses.
I don't know if this person is real or if it's just a made-up person with a fake Social Security number.
Wilson says fraudulent unemployment claims are a nuisance while already taxed business owners tackle other issues, namely staying afloat amidst the pandemic. What's more, Wilson's previous 2 claims were awarded by the state of Ohio before they were even investigated.
The state of Ohio had already processed the claim as if it was valid until it came to our attention. And then we looked at it and obviously made a few phone calls and determined that they were fraudulent. They were not accurate. And so those claims processed very quickly.
Criminals may be counting on business owners to set these claims aside in the hope of a quick return. So where does that money come from? Ohio taxpayers and the people who pay into unemployment. Now, you may be asking, do these false unemployment claims that end up getting processed directly affect the business itself? The answer is yes. Depending on the situation, a business does pay directly for an unemployed person. 60% of their wages are paid by the state, with the business left to pick up the remaining 40%.
So we are literally paying wages to a person for them not to work.
So how can business owners watch out for their interests? First things first, give the claim a good scan.
And when I see a person's name that, number 1, I don't recognize their name. Number 2, they didn't fill out the form correctly. And number 3, the first thing that kind of jumps in front of me is the fact that they didn't even put our correct phone number or any phone number for our place of business.
Also, act quickly if you believe the claim is false. We also reached out to State Representative Don Jones about what to do for people who are working but receive an unemployment PIN number in the mail.
They need to contact an accountant or an attorney, you know, and if they don't have an accountant or attorney, they probably need to at least contact their you know, their local representative, and so we can try to contact or get them some assistance in trying to get you know, something resolved. Because again, if they're getting a 1099 that they received you know, benefits and they did actually not, we've got to make sure that they're not penalized for that.
Anyone who suspects their identity was compromised is urged to report it to the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services immediately by visiting unemployment.ohio.gov, clicking on Report Identity Theft. You can follow the instructions from there. You can also call the hotline 833-658-0394. Worth noting tonight, our sister station in Columbus reporting that while initial jobless claims continue to decline in Ohio, some 3,700 have been flagged as potentially fraudulent. Reporting live in our Belmont County newsroom, I'm Kate Davison, News 9 at 6.
Governor Mike DeWine opened his COVID-19 briefing today, announcing the state will use some American Rescue Plan money to pay back a loan used to shore up the state unemployment compensation fund. The fund is a $1.46 billion in debt.
We should take some of the money that will be coming to Ohio shortly from the last bill passed by Congress and to use that money to pay this debt. It will really, it's the fiscally responsible thing to do. We will have the ability to do that, and we should go ahead and do it.
In his announcement today, the governor did not discuss the ongoing issues of fraud plaguing the state unemployment system, but he said the unemployment fund is not structurally balanced. The General Assembly would have to agree with the use of the ARP for paying back that loan. After a handful of overdoses yesterday, Moundsville Police Chief Tom Mitchell is warning of a bad batch of drugs in the area. Mitchell says there were 4 overdoses in a short period of time on Wednesday, which he believes to be due to heroin mixed with fentanyl. Coming up, President Biden rolls out executive action on gun reform. What else he's proposing to stem the tide of gun violence in the U.S.
And showers and thunderstorms making their return this evening. We'll be mapping out how long they stick around and if we could see more this weekend with that forecast coming up.
And stay connected with News 9 wherever you go. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram and online at WTOV9.com. Just more reasons why News 9 is everywhere.
You are watching News 9 at 6 with Rich Pierce, Kate Davison, and meteorologist Nathan Shutt. This is News 9 at 6. Here's a live look at the Highlands from the lens of Tower Cam 9 atop the Robinson Auto Group.
Longtime Wintersville Mayor Bob Gale announced he's leaving the post. Gale served as village mayor for 13.5 years. He was a councilperson for 2 years before that, but now he's planning to focus on his role as Jefferson County Board of Elections director. Gale started in that position at the start of the year. He'll end his run as mayor at the end of the month. Council President Robert Martin will serve as interim mayor. The office will be on the ballot in November to seat a new mayor who will serve the remainder of Gale's term, which runs through 2023. U.S. Senator Shelley Moore Capito talked Route 2 expansion with transportation officials in Proctor today. Capito is a ranking member of the Senate Environment and Public Works Committee. She called expanding Route 2, quote, critical to travelers and for economic growth and development in the Northern Panhandle. West Virginia's other senator in the area today, too, Joe Manchin, met with dozens of local government officials about how to spend COVID relief money. $4 billion relief dollars are coming to the state. Today's discussion centered around where that money can go.
This is the first time in the history of our state, or the history of this country, or in my lifetime, that we've ever been able to get money to the local communities and have them in control of their own destiny.
Manchin says the first round of money should be coming in the next 30 to 60 days.
Our first round of showers and thunderstorms moving through the region this evening. We will see some periodic shower chances as we extend through the night. Our next round of rain is centered just east of Cincinnati. We'll be mapping out when we can see these showers and thunderstorms come to an end, and we'll take a closer look at that weekend as well. Another round of rain is on the way. We'll map it out coming up.
Tonight, what's behind the rising COVID cases in 10 to 19-year-olds? Also, so-called breakthrough infections, reminding the vaccines are not 100%. Plus, keep working from home or return to the office. The growing debate ahead on Nightly News.
Today at the White House, President Biden taking a series of executive actions to confront gun violence, but his efforts are largely symbolic as legislation remains mired in the Senate. A timely topic as police in Texas investigate a shooting that left several injured and at least one dead. And in South Carolina, several family members and 2 workers gunned down in their home. Alice Barr has the latest now from Washington.